Darkness settled over British farms in the mid-1980s. Something was wrong, something no one could explain. Cows began to fall ill, their eyes wide with fear, their bodies trembling. Farmers whispered of a silent invader. Headlines screamed of a terrifying new disease. The world would soon know its name, mad cow disease. But behind the panic, a scientific mystery unfolded. Its true name was Bovine Spongiform Encephalopathy, BSE, a disease that would change the world forever. This name tells us a lot. Bovine means it affects cows. This wasn't a virus or a bacteria, it was something new and much more mysterious. It was caused by a rogue protein, a tiny particle called a prion. These prions are misfolded proteins that cause other healthy proteins in the brain to misfold too, setting off a devastating chain reaction. The world first took serious notice in 1986. Farmers in the United Kingdom started reporting cows that were acting very strangely. They were nervous, aggressive, and had trouble walking. They would stumble and fall as if they were drunk. When a cow becomes infected with BSE, the disease is silent for a very long time. This is called the incubation period. It can last for years, typically between 4 and 5 years. During this time, the cow appears perfectly healthy. It grazes, it produces milk, it shows no outward signs of the devastating process happening inside its brain. The rogue prions are slowly, relentlessly multiplying. They convert normal brain proteins into the same misfolded, toxic shape. This hidden progression made the disease so difficult to control. An entire herd could be infected before the first symptom appears. The first signs are subtle changes in behavior. A calm cow may become nervous or aggressive. Farmers notice animals being jumpy, overreacting to loud noises, overreacting to sudden movements. They may kick out during milking when they never had before. As the disease progresses, symptoms become more obvious and physical. The cow develops coordination problems. Its gait becomes unsteady. It may stumble frequently or struggle to stand up. This loss of motor control comes from damage to the cerebellum, the brain region that governs movement. For years, the public was assured that BSE was an animal problem. The belief was that there was a species barrier that would prevent the disease from jumping from cows to people. This barrier is a natural defense that makes it difficult for a pathogen from one species to infect another. However, prions are not typical pathogens. In 1995, the world received a terrible shock. A teenager named Stephen Churchill died in the UK from a mysterious brain disease. His symptoms were alarmingly similar to those of the sick cows. Soon more cases appeared, mostly in young people. This was not typical for known human prion diseases, which usually affect older individuals. This new illness was named variant Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease, or VCJD. It was a human form of mad cow disease. Scientists confirmed that VCJD was caused by the very same prion strain that caused BSE in cows. The species barrier had been breached. The most likely route of transmission was through eating contaminated beef products. This was particularly true for products that might have contained parts of the cow's central nervous system, brain, spinal cord, burgers, sausages, meat pies, mechanically recovered meat and factory processing were considered a higher risk. So, the confirmation that BSE could spread to humans in 1996, well, it triggered a global crisis. The United Kingdom, as the epicenter of the outbreak, took the most drastic measures. The government launched a massive culling program. Over 4.4 million cattle were slaughtered to stop the disease from spreading and to try and restore confidence. It was a devastating blow to the British farming industry. A complete ban on feeding meat and bone meal to all farm animals was strictly enforced. This was the single most important step in controlling the disease. It broke the cycle of infection that had started the epidemic. Many countries reacted swiftly to protect their own populations. The European Union banned the import of all British beef in March 1996. This ban lasted for years, isolating the UK's agricultural sector, costing the economy billions of pounds. Other nations around the world also closed their borders to British beef: United States, Japan. The crisis forced a complete re-evaluation of food safety regulations everywhere. Today, in 2025, the situation is vastly different. Mad cow disease has been virtually eradicated. The stringent control measures put in place decades ago were incredibly effective. The total ban on feeding animal protein to cattle remains the cornerstone of this success. It broke the chain of transmission permanently. New cases of BSE are now extremely rare. The story of mad cow disease serves as a powerful and permanent warning. It showed us how modern agricultural practices, when pushed too far in the name of efficiency, can have catastrophic and unforeseen consequences. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe for more.